Hey besties, come to class quietly. Don't let anybody hear you. Don't let them know that you know that true you are lazy. Don't. I know that not everybody is lazy, but it could be that you are busy and you have other priorities. But the point is, since you are a student, you have to ace your essays and your exam. This video is for you. If you're watching me for the first time, by the way, I don't wear my glasses all the time, and today I just felt, show your besties your beautiful Obiageli. That's her name. So if you're watching me for the first time, my name is Ada, and I'm also known as the Legal Pepe. This is a community you should stay subscribed to. The first way to ace your exams and essays, well, let's focus on essays for the purpose of this video, would be to start early. I know, you're wondering, okay, if you are lazy, how can you have the time to start early? Trust me, if you are lazy, I know I'm using the word lazy, but it would also pertain to people that are so busy. So anyone, for me, I'm not ashamed to call myself lazy. I'm a lazy baby girl. So it's important that you start early. Don't follow people that would start when it's time to submit. Deadline is here and you are starting. You need to start early. And when I say start early, 1 hour every day is enough. The point is, be consistent. Funnily enough, even 30 minutes consistently without distractions every day is better than waiting for the deadline to submit your essay, then just want to kill yourself with stress. Start early. And when you're starting early, ensure to plan with the essay. For every assignment that you are given, there would be a format, there would be a pattern. Make use of that pattern and start early. The minute they give you your assignment, start planning, and every day dedicate a particular time and start. Now the second thing to do is called the Pomodoro Technique. The funny thing is, I learned this on TikTok. I was saying it that people go to TikTok to watch dance steps, but I have learned various amazing things. Of course, dancing is amazing, but the point is, I've learned various things that I would not even think I would have learned on TikTok. And I learned about the Pomodoro Technique. Then when I researched on it, I realized it was even a popular technique. And for your Pomodoro, all you need is your phone or your timer. Now, a Pomodoro is like the full tomato. Let me get tangerine to illustrate this point. So this is tangerine, but of course it's supposed to be tomatoes. Now this is round, right? We're going to divide this in 4 parts. 1, 2, and when we do that, we'll have 4 different parts. So that's like 4 parts of the full Pomodoro. Each part is 25 minutes. And for this Pomodoro technique, you would have to read for 25 minutes 4 times. The Pomodoro technique, although it has been called Pomodoro technique, but the main point of this is for you to concentrate and read at that time. So if you're using the Pomodoro technique, which I use a lot and I would always encourage people to use, you would concentrate on reading for 25 minutes. No distractions, absolutely no distractions. And you will focus on whatever you need to do for 25 minutes. Once your timer has reached 25 minutes, you will take 5 minutes break. Now that 5 minutes break must be 5 minutes break. And I would always advise that 5 minutes break should not be what you would use to check social media or do other things. No, that 5 minutes break is for you to drink water, use the toilet, or any other little thing that you can do to refresh yourself. Once the 5 minutes has been exhausted, you will go back to your books and you will do another 25 minutes. Now, I would always say that you can do half Pomodoro or a full Pomodoro. So let's calculate it. use 25 minutes to read, 5 minutes for break, another 25 minutes to read, 5 minutes for break. That is half Pomodoro. And if you calculate that, then you've technically spent an hour reading. Or let's say 15 minutes reading, 10 minutes for break. So that's like half Pomodoro. Now, if you repeat the same process, that is a full Pomodoro. If you are continuing in this Pomodoro technique, after 4 rounds, you will now take a larger break. So after you've done this for literally 2 hours, you will now take like 30 minutes break. Then you can do anything you want to do. Then you will repeat another set of Pomodoro. Personally, when I don't have an assignment deadline, I do just half Pomodoro. What that means is every day I must read for 1 hour. Every day. Remember the first point, be consistent. So I do that every day. Then in days when my deadline is already there, I can extend myself and do a full Pomodoro, or even like 3 or 4 Pomodoros. Now, this may seem like hard work because of the way I'm saying it, but once you start doing it, you realize that it is actually easy. You can concentrate on doing half Pomodoros every day. You just have to read for 25 minutes, take 5 minutes break, and repeat the process. And that is very important because it helps you to concentrate. For me, for instance, I don't have a large attention span. My mind easily wanders. But once I'm doing the Pomodoro technique, I know that I have just 25 minutes to concentrate. And it's easier for me to concentrate in 25 minutes than for me to deceive myself that I want to read for 10 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours, and I don't really do it. We've seen lots of people that will go to library, they will say they are going to read, but it's a lie. Because if they calculate the 4 hours they spent in the library, they would have spent more than half doing nothing or doing something different. But the Pomodoro technique actually helps you fully focus on what you're doing. And this is something you can do wherever, at home, in the library, wherever you need to write your essays. The third tip I will give you is to make use of the reading list. This is something that people, for some reason, exclude. Now, as an international student, for every of your course module, there would always be a reading list. These are textbooks or articles that your lecturers felt would be necessary for you, and they've gone ahead to source for those resources. Will it not make sense for you to focus on those resources first before going out to check for others? Because there are some people that would write essays, and at the end of the essays, they did not even make use of any of the reading lists. That shows that you did not even pay attention to what your lecturer wants. The reading list has been put there because lecturers feel these resources are reputable. So make use of the reading list. So in this your reading, remember it has a structure. We know that you don't have that time. You are not like other students that can have the time to spend reading various kinds of things. You don't have that time. And that is understandable because as an international student, you are working. You have lots of other things that you are doing. So it's important to focus your time by doing the most important things. And looking at the reading list would help you. Now, the fourth tip for you to pass your essays as easy as this is to learn to critically analyze. Especially if you are at the master's level, you cannot afford to just be making your research and writing out the research, that's all. No, you are a master's student, so you have to be able to critically analyze things. Now, you may wonder, what is she saying? Critical analysis is what will differentiate a C or B student with an A student. Let me give an instance. Let's say we are talking about poverty in the UK. A C student or a B student will talk about poverty in the UK and would give various research, various statistics of poverty in the UK. But you who wants to ace your essays without stress, when you have to write, what you will do is you talk about poverty in the UK, but you will not stop there. You will talk about what people have said about poverty in the UK. So you will say something like, it has been argued, some critics have opined that despite the high rate of poverty in the UK, blah, 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 blah. However, blah, 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 blah. Are you getting what I'm doing? Don't just give your research and point to your lecturer. No. Also analyze. And this analysis may be analysis of other people. In every topic, there are people that have argued for and against it. So when you're talking about that topic, ensure to include those analyses. And to make your work very scholarly, you can also give your own opinions. You are a master student, so you can also assert, you can opine, you can give your suggestion, your recommendation. Don't just dump information, analyze that information, and that will make a whole lot of difference. See, this is something I wish I knew at the beginning of coming here. I used to say that lecturers don't like giving high marks, but when I learned how to critically analyze, I realized that they just want you to rise above the norm and critically see when you have a topic, dissect it. And that's why it's good to start early. When you start early, you have more time to do whatever you need to do. You have more time. It is when you're starting, when it's time to submit, that any information you just drop it, so you can't even think. You cannot be critical because you don't even have the time. And this leads me to my fifth and last point. Learn to use your lecturers. Oh my God, use your lecturers. I know that because of where some international students are coming from, let me speak for me. Because in Nigeria, the educational system is not very favorable to students. So you will find lecturers telling you that A is for Jesus, B is for me, then you get C. You will find lecturers telling you that no matter what you write, you will never get an A. You will never get a B. But in the UK, it is different. Lecturers want to assist you because they know that if people fail, it is a reflection on them. So they are willing to assist you. So learn to use them. I'm saying use, but I mean make use of their services. I know one of my lecturers that complained that people are not coming to them. These lecturers want you to reach out to them, especially if you're confused. There's no need to be ashamed. If you don't understand something, go and meet your lecturer. They're in the best position to help you. If you don't know how to reference, there's no shame. Go and meet your university librarian. Go and meet people that can help you. This thing can make a whole lot of difference. And the good thing about talking to your lecturers, especially if you're confused, is that it gives you a direction. If you don't have as much time to put into your academic work, ensure that the time you put in is organized and structured. Now, if you follow all these tips I have given, you would realize that yes, these are tips for people that are lazy or have no time, but at the end of the day, you end up being a highly intelligent person and no one would believe that you are actually lazy. Because to them, it looks like you put in minimum effort and you've gotten maximum results. And that's because you were structured and strategic. I hope this video has helped you. Now, before we close the class, if you have a learning disability, know that these tips may not apply to you because you may need more time. And I would always say ensure to notify school, as they would usually make concessions for you. For most people that have these disabilities, they get longer time to submit their work. So when you have longer time to submit your work, you can actually implement these tips. I hope this video has helped you, and I think this is a good time to end the class. Before you leave the class, I'll be dropping a video that I think would be beneficial to you, so do well to watch after this. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not done so already, and if you love this content or you have opinions about it, do well to drop it in the comment section. One question I want to ask is, have you heard of the Pomodoro Technique before now? If you have, let me know what you thought about it when you learned about it, because for me, it blew my mind away. So besties, thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Bye guys!